Here's the brief. News from the world over this week. A new Senate investigation of the CIA is stirring debate over the spy agency's use of torture, or enhanced interrogation techniques, as they've been called. The Senate Intelligence Committee report concluded that the agency inflicted suffering on al-Qaeda prisoners beyond its legal authority. It claimed that enhanced interrogations did not provide critical or life-saving intelligence. The report cited CIA documents detailing uses of waterboarding, sleep deprivation, and other lesser-known techniques. California Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein, who was publicly ambivalent about these interrogation techniques in 2006, changed her tune this time around.
The CIA program was far more brutal than people were led to believe. At no time did the CIA's coercive interrogation techniques lead to the collection of intelligence on an imminent threat that many believe was the justification for the use of these techniques.
Former and current CIA employees fought back against the allegations. They insist the tactics worked in the immediate aftermath of 9/11, including providing info that led to the capture of Osama bin Laden. In a Wall Street Journal opinion piece, 3 former CIA directors called the report a one-sided study marred by errors. Current CIA Director John Brennan also defended the agency in a public statement on Thursday. More on all of this later in the show. Also this week, the United States and NATO officially closed their combat mission in Afghanistan. Over 13 years after first invading the country in the wake of September 11th, it took only weeks for the U.S.-led forces to rout the Taliban government that sheltered al-Qaeda militants and Osama bin Laden. In the years that followed, the coalition spent billions of dollars rebuilding a country devastated by nearly 30 years of war. 3,500 foreign soldiers have been killed in Afghanistan since 2001, including 2,200 Americans. The U.S. will draw down troops from 10,000 to 0 by the end of 2016. Taliban militants have reasserted their presence in the region with continued attacks. And more reports of Islamic State's brutality against Christians. Anglican canon Andrew White, also known as the Vicar of Baghdad, told the Orthodox Christian Network that Christians, including children, are being beheaded.
ISIS turned up and they said to the children, "You say the words that you will follow Muhammad." And the children, all under 15, 4 of them, they said, "No, we love Yeshua. We have always loved Yeshua. We have always followed Yeshua. Yeshua has always been with us." They said, "Say the words." They said, "No, we can't." They chopped all their heads off.
Heartbreaking. Canon White has also had his life threatened by ISIS. Under orders from the Archbishop of Canterbury, he has since moved to Israel. And a new warning about the imminent threat of climate change, this time from Pope Francis. In a message to the UN Climate Change Conference underway in Lima, Peru, the Pope wrote that time is running out to find global solutions. He said, quote, "There is therefore a clear, definite, and urgent ethical imperative to act." 195 countries are participating in the conference, seeking a new international agreement for reducing carbon emissions, believed by most government leaders to be the cause of global warming. And the spiritual leader of the Anglican Communion is warning that the worldwide Anglican Church could face schism over disagreements about homosexuality and female ordination. Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, said in an interview with the Times of London, quote, "Despite all efforts, there is a possibility that we will not hold together," end quote. Welby made the comment after visiting the Church's 38 global provinces. Discord has been percolating in recent years over the recognition of blessing same-sex unions, as well as the ordination of women as priests and bishops. The issue was exacerbated last month when the Church of England, the mother church of all Anglicans, approved the ordination of women bishops. At 80 million members, the Anglican Communion is the third largest Christian denomination in the world. And in Rome, Pope Francis is speaking publicly about the recently completed Synod on the Family and the controversial topics surrounding it. In an interview with Argentina's La Nación, the Pope reiterated that the Church's teaching on the indissolubility of marriage would not be changed. However, he did say that effective pastoral care for divorced and remarried Catholics must include integrating them into the life of the Church. The Pope noted that though the Synod never discussed gay marriage, the bishops must consider how to minister to families with gay members. Meanwhile, Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI has reiterated his position that those who are divorced and remarried without an annulment cannot receive Holy Communion. In an interview with the Frankfurt General, the retired Pope said he has always taken the position that it is impossible for such Catholics to receive the Eucharist. In the same interview, Benedict revealed that upon renouncing the papacy, he wanted to be called simply Father Benedict. He said that in rejecting both the title of Pope Emeritus and Benedict XVI, it would offer a clearer distinction from the papacy. He claims he has been too weak to push the title at the time, or had been too weak to push it at the time. He did, however, encourage his German interviewer to include his desire to be known as Father Benedict in the article, noting that his health is much better these days.